everybody. Welcome to Essence Week. I am really thrilled to have you, but I have to tell you a very funny story. It wasn't funny at the time, though. In the process of creating these videos, my phone camera, which is what I use to film with, had a software update. In that software update, I can no longer access those videos and upload them to my computer for all of the editing that I need to do. It was very quickly, I jumped right out of my essence and wanted to beat technology with my fists. I don't know if you've ever had a situation like that, but it takes a lot of practice to back away and just know when to take a break from whatever you're working on and regroup. So I thought it was funny that this was happening because that's what we're here to talk about and stay centered in. So I want to thank you for being here and keeping me honest. Okay, so today we have a meditation, a movement practice, and some acupressure points for you to play with so that you can get a little more fully into the practice of sensing your essence. Let's begin. One of my teachers was Cindy Black, and she wrote a book called Meridian Massage, and I learned Meridian Massage from her. And one of the very wise things that she said, it was that the yin and yang are on this great spectrum. That yin is very material, it's earth, it's tangible to us, and we can feel it. And then on the other side of that spectrum is yang energy. And that is much more intangible, spirit-like. It's like trying to capture a sun ray in between your hands. It's very difficult, and it's not something that is easily tangible. So we are both of those. We are yin and yang. Everything is made up of those two really important qualities that we can see in nature and the world and within us. So we're tapping into that less substantial part of us. And so we need to prepare and take our time, because a lot of times we don't really have the practice. We're over there doing, because that's what we're raised to do. And we're not raised to quietly be. So we're going to start with some acupressure points. The first acupressure point, there are 4 of them that we're going to go through, but it's really 2. It's just that 2 are on one side, 2 are on the other side, and so 4 altogether. These are the energy gates of the body, and so they're powerful points to massage before you're doing any kind of energetic body work. That was what my teacher taught me. The first one is large intestine 4. It's easily accessed on your hand. In fact, many of you may know it because it's really good for headaches. It's the command point for the face. And you can find it by just nudging that thumb right against your index finger, and notice that there's a line there. You're going to go to the base of that line and just a little above and press down. And then open this, or separate your thumb and your index finger, and you'll feel that you're kind of nudged into the crux of where these 2 bones meet. And you can't kind of go back any farther. It's just right there. So we're massaging, and we're doing this for like 2 minutes or so. But while we're doing it, we're paying attention. And we're really trying to not create thoughts, but just watch them. Notice if they hook our emotions and just watch the emotions and be curious. Notice if any shifts in the body happen and be curious about those. But it's really a place of deep observation. And what happens when we observe is we kind of go into this curious place of wonder where we're not wrapped up in any stories or any tension that is simply part of life. We take a little break from it. We can go back to it. But right now we're giving ourselves a massage, breathing, and settling in. This may be tender. If it is, back off. You don't have to go in a specific direction. I know that for some teachers they say go counterclockwise to close, clockwise to open. That was not my experience with my teacher, and I just decided one day, there's a lot of information out there. I'm just going to follow this person I trust. So we end there and just kind of notice whatever there is to notice. Sometimes I feel tingling that's very deep and subtle. Sometimes it's like a body humming. So we're going to go to the other side, tuck the thumb toward the index finger, go to that line, the end of it, and then just above, and then separate. And know you're right in that happy hammock between the index finger and the thumb. And you're just there to massage. Because this is a yang meridian that we're massaging, I was taught to go light and quickly, not dig in deep. But one of the things that I was always encouraged to do by my teacher is to always listen inside. There may be times, and there have been in the past, where I didn't want to massage at all. I just wanted to hold the spot because that felt right. I was guided to do it, and so I just did it. And so if that happens to you, fantastic. Just listen. And again, we're not thinking. We're not doing, we're watching. We are the watchers. Just breathing in and out and giving yourself some time. This is your time to settle in, to absorb a little bit, and to come back to a very, very simplistic practice, doing nothing extra. And then when it feels complete, just go ahead and pause and notice whatever there is to notice. And I feel good. Okay, so this is large intestine 4. Now we're going to go to the same point that's on your foot, liver 3. Between the thumb of your foot, the big toe, and the second toe, the index finger of your foot. And what you're going to do is go to the same place that we went to, the juncture between those two. Just take your finger between these two toes and slide down until you find that there isn't anywhere more to slide. It may even feel a little tender. And if you want to massage, this is a yin meridian. So we go a little deeper and a little slower. But again, it's just really paying attention to what feels right. And we're just here, massaging, doing nothing extra. watching the mind, the thoughts, watching the sensations of the heart, sensations in the body. And as you breathe, just creating some room for it all to be there with a little smile at the corners of your mouth, to just, especially smiling if there's just a lot that's trying to take you away. Just be patient and kind to yourself. This is a time to practice that compassion. There's nothing extra to do, nowhere to be. You've carved this time out, so you're just massaging. And I've been kind of called to quiet this down and just hold the space here. Again, it should never hurt. If anything, it may feel a little tender, like a good stretch that you feel that has a little bit of ooh to it, but not ow. And I'm back to circling here. And then I'm just going to pause, lift off of it, and let that go. Take a couple breaths and notice. And I can even feel it inside of myself that I feel a little more centered. You may even notice, my voice changing, because it's just, I just feel more calm. So I'm going to go to the second foot, as if we had a third, my other foot, between the big toe and the second, draw back until it's just, wow, there's a stopping point there, and begin to massage. Liver 3, one of the 4 major gates in the body. This one I don't feel so much tenderness to. The other one, I felt that a little. Just whatever you feel or don't feel, that's just the way it is, and there's nothing extra to do about it, just being present. Taking your time to breathe and notice. And then when you feel complete, ease off. Take a few moments. Just feel free to just pause here and become aware of any shifts or changes that those massage techniques brought in. And we're going to add a very gentle, quiet movement that is really part of the beginning of knowing that everything moves from this center, from the essence of who you are, even physically. And that essence, when it's sort of manifested in the body, is the string that holds us up in Tai Chi and roots us down. It tethers us here so that we feel light and lively, but also strong and rooted. That's just part of the Tai Chi and Qigong practices. So we're just going to begin in what I call, or what is called, I call it that because that's what it is, Wuji posture. Feet are hip width apart, knees are soft, the tailbone's very heavy, and the shoulders are aligned over the hips so that you're not leaning back or forward or to one side or the other. And you have this sensation of being lifted right from the crown of the head. It's an acupressure point called the Bahwei. And over time, this gets easier and easier, but perhaps you can even feel it now, that you are just held, suspended by this, so that the whole body can simply relax and unwind. And since this core of you runs energetically all the way through, deep into the earth, held by the sky, just imagine what would happen if it began to just gently coax you into turning. Just turning. So allow it. Doesn't matter what direction first. Doesn't have to be a big turn. You can even do it seated. Notice if your head wants to come along. All that matters really is that the impetus of this movement is from the core of you. And all it wants to do is just very gently turn you, rotate you, bring some aliveness to the spine. It's like an inner massage, a kind and gentle movement that you can breathe into. This is like the adult version of being held and rocked. We're standing on 2 feet. The universe is drawing us up through the crown of our heads. It's rooting us into the earth, and it's just giving us a little turn. And when you're ready, maybe you can add in that this string is going to bring us over to one side and rotate, and then the other. There's nothing right or wrong about this. It's just showing us how the center of us leads the arms. Notice I'm not moving my arms individually, but one is coming forward and one back because of the rotation. And I can add that into my feet as I turn and shift my weight. This simple movement lifts a heel, maybe turns a leg. This is the center line, bringing aliveness to the appendages. So the center to the periphery. We always make sure that the periphery is following the lead of the center. The sage, rooted center. So just continue on, noticing the fluidity in this soft, gentle movement, how it coaxes the tissues of the body to unwind, to relax. And when you feel complete with it, just pause. Notice what it feels like. Notice the body's shifts and changes. And then settle in to your meditative posture, whether it's seated, lying down, standing. None of it matters. Just what matters is that you're in your meditation posture that's best for you. Take a couple of moments to just kind of settle in, noticing the natural breath cycle that you have. Don't feel like you have to change anything or make it different. It's just perfect. Feeling that inhale, noticing the transition to the exhale, feeling the full exhale, and then again, that little transition point at the end of the exhale, where you're just kind of dropping into stillness. Just bringing your awareness to that full cycle and the stages of the breath. Inhale, transition to the exhale, and the full exhale, and that gentle still point at the bottom of the exhale, where you're just at peace, and the inhale will just arrive. When you're ready, gently bring your awareness to your head, to your mental center. Just noticing thoughts that come and go, perhaps mental images. Don't feel like you have to change them, make them different. You're just observing, just noticing, breathing. When you're ready, then bring your awareness a little deeper into the chest, your heart, your emotional center. Begin to notice the mood that you're in, perhaps any emotions that are at the surface or just below. Perhaps emotions that even might be lingering from days before or just earlier, or that may be with you for whatever reason, like a layer of clothing. And just notice if these emotions have any ties to the thoughts you are noticing in your mind. When you're ready, deepen your awareness to the lower belly, your physical center. Just noticing the wide range of sensation in the body. The areas of great comfort, of discomfort, of ease, of dis-ease. Noticing if these areas are connected to the emotions that you were noticing before, the thoughts that you were becoming aware of. Just noticing if thoughts and emotions create any of this ease or dis-ease. Moving your awareness back to the breath. Allow the mind's eye to just kind of fade to black, as if you were in a theater and the lights were dimming and the voices hushed just before that movie begins. And you're going to move your awareness back to the very day you were born. And just noticing what we do when we're born. We place the very first label on ourselves, boy or girl. And then the second label comes, perhaps your name, maybe your middle name. And just imagine these labels a little bit like Post-it notes just being placed on you. Your length, your weight. These labels are the first thing that we do because we want to know each other, and we can't always be there to experience each other. As you grow older, other labels come into play. Nicknames from family members, perhaps from the hobbies you may have had or words that you said, labels that may have stuck during school, grade school. Perhaps when you were young, you were called athletic, artistic, musical. And notice those labels and names, whether you held to them, allowed them to really define you, or tried to push them away. Notice the different labels and the sensations there. Some of them may have been true, some not true. Some might have been hurtful. Some might have made you feel built up. Just noticing how these names attach. And as you grew into an adult, notice how other labels come in to define you. Maybe you went to college and got a degree, or perhaps you went right into the workforce. Maybe you have multiple degrees. Notice how those feel and define you. Maybe you were married or not. Maybe you started a family or have really important hobbies that define you. Notice the labels that come from being a homeowner or a renter, a parent or a pet owner. All of these titles and names that describe you. Just kind of notice this package that defines you, that defines your life and your work. If you can, on your next exhale, let the breath release all of those labels, breath by breath. Let the ones that define you, that you hold dear, let them go. And let the ones that define you, that you really don't like, let them go. Let these mental images, stories, verbal definitions that lead you back to names and forms, let them release into the air. Let them go for now. And what is left when these names vanish? When the descriptors are erased? When the hats are removed? When the post-it notes are gone? What's left? What's left is your essence. The quiet, still place where there is equanimity. And perhaps without the labels, you can come into a clearer picture of who you really are. See if you can stay with your senses, feeling this essence without any of the labels or descriptors. Let this essence take its place. See if it can grow with the breath now that it has room. Breathe into it and allow yourself to take up space, to begin to expand without the weight of the layers of descriptions, titles, images, mental stories, and names that have formed around you, around this essence. Covered it, perhaps protected it, because without the labels, maybe you were told you weren't enough. You are enough. Breathe in and let that essence expand and take up space. Let yourself grow. Find some freedom and allow yourself to have energy and power, because there is incredible strength in you and who you are, your essence, and you are enough. And you are just what this world needs. So when you take steps to begin your day, allow yourself to take steps from this point of origin, your essence, yourself. Bravely moving forward with no coverings, no labels, knowing you are enough. And if you begin to notice the brain bringing in thoughts that may sabotage this practice, thoughts perhaps warning you that you're not enough, know that those doubtful messages may come from a need to protect, a need to not feel what you may have felt in previous experiences when you were advised that you weren't enough. But you can thank the brain. You no longer need that protection. And you can move back to your mantra that you are enough. And your essence right now is just what this world needs, without the labels, titles, descriptions, or mental stories. Just be with your breath, feeding this essence of yours, feeding who you are. Breathing in and out.